Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we have some War Thunder for you. And it is after the new patch, and we have one of the brand new planes that is introduced in this patch, which is the Sea Hurricane Mark 1C. And if you can't tell from this visual here, it has four 20mm cannons, which is quite a substantial amount of firepower, especially at this battle rating. Now, the British have gained a lot of planes in this patch, all of them naval. The Sea Hurricane, and the name kind of gives that away, that it is a naval craft. Now, the Sea Hurricane, and honestly a lot of the new planes that are added to this game, probably needed to be adjusted in battle rating, especially with this plane, because I noticed at the battle rating it's at, in arcade battles, this plane is just a monster. I did a lot of grinding with this plane. I do most of my grinding in arcade battles, as I feel like the rewards come a little bit easier and quicker. In any case, in arcade battles, I was routinely getting 6 to 8 kills with ease, and I had a number of matches where I got 8 or 9 kills without losing my plane. So that's quite a stellar performance, and honestly, I don't even think like I don't even feel like I tried all that hard to get that performance. Now, the Sea Hurricane has the advantage of having a lot of firepower, but it does have some weaknesses. First off, it's not all that quick. Secondly, it's not all that maneuverable for how slow it is. For instance, if you compare it to the Spitfires in roughly this battle rating, not only are they going to be faster, but they're also going to be more maneuverable. That doesn't mean that this plane is necessarily bad. For instance, I really love the Hurricane Mark II. This will outperform it both in speed and maneuverability, so this plane is still quite good. Also, that firepower is nothing to, to take lightly. And that's one thing that I kind of noticed in arcade battles. I don't know if people just saw Sea Hurricane, they assumed it was an easy kill. Maybe all it had was the 8-303 British machine guns. But, they do head-ons with me, and I just chew them up and spit them out. It just wasn't a good day for them. Now, one thing I'm going to struggle with, though, is the Japanese. They will be able to possibly outrun me and definitely outmaneuver me, so I may be at a disadvantage here. I hopefully can get an altitude advantage, but not guaranteed. This thing doesn't climb quite like a Spitfire will. Now, I see at least 3 enemy in front of me. I'm aware of the float 0, but I see 2 more dots off in the distance, which could be I see 3 actually. And it looks like that Spitfire is the only plane that's over there. Now I see 4 enemy planes. One of them's quite high too, which is a worry. I may have to turn off a little bit here and wait for some altitude and wait for my allies to get involved in this fight. I don't think that Spitfire is going to last much longer unless he does some really interesting maneuvering. Now I have a float 0 down below, and I have a KI-45. I'd like to get involved in the fighting over here. I honestly think that float 0 is probably a prime target, but I have a feeling that Spitfire's already diving down on him. The KI-45 is another target that I could probably take on pretty easily. I think I'm going to come over here, though, and go after this KI-45. Now, the KI-45s may be able to outrun me, but with an altitude advantage, I may be able to mitigate that. Oh, we have a BF-109 here. That's not good. I'm not really sure what to do about him. I think I can outmaneuver him, but he definitely has an altitude advantage on me. I don't know if he's diving down on me, though. I don't think he is. I think he just ignored me because he wants that bomber. I'm going to keep an eye on him. Okay, he left. That's fine. I'm going to come over here and help out in this fight, because I can handle a KI-45, I can handle a float 0. BF-109 might be a tough fight. I'm not really too familiar with the Japanese premium plane and how well it maneuvers. But he definitely can out-energy fight me. Now, I don't know how wise it is to hang out over these carriers, though. Yeah. Not sure if that float zero went down. Yeah, I think he did. There might not be much enemy left by the time I get here. I think that's a KI-45 with the smoke on, yep. Okay, and the ally is gone, so I gotta worry about this. If he zoom climbs on me, I may have to come down there. I think he's gonna zoom climb on me, which is fine, I can take it. Alright, now we maneuver. I'm pretty sure I can outmaneuver him. Although it looks like he's going to get back around for another head-on. I did a lot of missing there. Alright, let's get our flaps on. Let's try and outmaneuver him. KI-45s are pretty maneuverable. Looks like we're going to have to go for another head-on. Got a little bit of a hit. We damaged something, crit-wise. It looks like we may have him now. Or maybe we just have another head-on. Okay, this thing's not quite as maneuverable as I thought it was. And we have another KI-45 getting in the mix. Although he looks like he's going after the Wellington, not me. Alright, let's get another head-on here. Alright. I'm actually surprised he's still flying after that beating. Alright, come on. I unfortunately cannot outmaneuver him, it looks like. Alright. Oh! Looks like we touched wings there, although it didn't seemingly do any damage. Alright, I'm not going to do that again. I seemingly cannot outmaneuver him. I am trying. Maybe I should slow down. There we go. That was probably what I needed to do. Rather than max throttle it, I was able to outmaneuver him by reducing throttle. Now let's get the heck out of here. Alright, I don't think I took any damage from the little collision there. Alright, so we have one KI-45 there, and we have something up high, that BF-109. Alright. I expended a lot more ammo than I would have liked to. I tend to want to be a little bit more conservative with my guns there. But we definitely need to regain our altitude. Reset. And I don't want to be in that anti-aircraft fire while I do that. Okay, he's diving. Somebody said the 109's diving. I'm going to assume he's diving over there, because I don't see him. But I'm looking for him, in case he's there. Alright, now we have to struggle with the fact that this thing doesn't climb all that fast. And it's really, honestly, not all that fast. Looks like the BF-109 probably dove a little too fast there. He had quite a bit of altitude. And this isn't like arcade battles. You definitely have to be a little bit more conservative with your speed and your diving. Fighting this guy over the carrier, probably not the wisest idea, but honestly, he's the last guy left. And he's being wise and staying over his carriers. That guy's being a little funny with his little chat there. Alright. We just have to be careful here. I don't want to get a AAA getting a lucky hit on me. Not really going all that fast either. Alright, there he goes. So not too bad of a match. I took out a KI-45. Just had to think there for a second and slow down and get that turn rate on. And we were able to take him out. But that shows you, this isn't all that maneuverable. A KI-45 can pretty much hang with me as far as the turn fight goes, which I actually am surprised to see. But firepower-wise, we definitely had the edge there. In any case, that was kind of an interesting match. We only got one kill, but we played the conservative game there. We picked our fight. Not bad rewards, considering that most of what I'm going for is higher tier now. And what I'm going for now to unlock is the Firefly Mark V. I just recently unlocked the Mark I, I think it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. So as far as speed goes, 330 miles an hour. Turn rate is 17.7 seconds, and the rate of climb is a couple hundred under, well, 120-ish under 4,000. But when you compare that to, for instance, the Hurricane Mark 1, the standard, we see that this is not, well, it's a little slower, but it definitely is much more maneuverable. Now, if you compare that to, for instance, the Spitfires, which, by the way, battle rating-wise, this is a 3. These are 2.3s and 2.7s that I'm comparing this to. We see that not only is the Spitfire a lot faster, it is also, turn rate-wise, much, much more maneuverable. And you have the same thing here. It's faster and more maneuverable. So both in the Mark 1A and the Mark 2A, we have much more maneuverable at a lower battle rating. Now, from what I said, though, of the arcade battle experience, and if arcade battle is going to really be the judge of this, this definitely needs a battle rating adjustment. In arcade battles, with the crutches that arcade battles has, as far as, you know, being able to make maneuvers that you can't really make in realistic battles, being able to kind of WEP, even though you don't have WEP, and things like that, give this thing a massive advantage. Also, you have that little pipper that tells you where to shoot. It makes the lethality of this plane, you know, way high, and you will get a remarkable number of kills. So if you want to really dish out some hurt, go ahead and grind to this thing, and you will be happy with how many kills you get. This is a fantastic plane. Honestly, I would say one of my favorite planes being added to this game with this new update. Now, I must admit, though, these stats that I'm reading off to you are the fully upgraded planes, as you can see with the little spade there, that I have fully upgraded the Sea Hurricane Mark 1C. Now, just to show the research tree, how far up the Sea Hurricane Mark 1C is, it's right here in the research tree, so it's a little bit high, you know, it's high tier 2. So the other planes before that I were talking about, the Nimrod Mark 2, which in my opinion is not all that exciting because it doesn't do much different than what the normal Nimrod does. It's just the exact same speed, exact same maneuver rate, and the exact same firepower. It does look a little bit different with the swept wing, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. Now the Sea Gladiator, again, you're not much different than the normal Gladiator. As a matter of fact, yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same. It looks like it might be a little bit more maneuverable. No, I apologize. It took a little bit for my mods to load in there. So yeah, honestly, the Sea Gladiator is actually slightly worse than the normal Gladiator. It doesn't maneuver quite as well, and it's just 1 mile an hour slower. So an already slow plane, a little bit slower, is not all that good. The Sea Hurricane Mark 1E has your typical 8 303 caliber machine guns, which are not bad in the firepower department, but it's definitely not, you know, on the upper scale of things. And we notice here that it is slower than the Mark 1C, but it does maneuver a little bit better. And if we compare that to the Hurricane Mark 1, which I will point out is the exact same battle rating, even though they're different tiers, we see that they are roughly the same speed, and they are roughly the same maneuverability. This one just has a slight edge, 1 mile an hour faster, and that little tiny bit more maneuverable. Now, if we compare the Sea Hurricane Mark 1C, though, to the normal Hurricane Mark 2, we notice that not only is it faster, it is also more maneuverable by a good margin. And I honestly really like the Hurricane Mark 2. It's one of my favorite planes in the British lineup in the low tier. But the Sea Hurricane Mark 1C, honestly, if it is better performing than a Hurricane Mark 2B, this is a stellar plane in my mind. Now, as I said, I just recently unlocked the Firefly, so I'll have to find out, once I have officially purchased it, how well it does. But in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video with a little bit of gameplay and a little bit of looking at one of the brand new planes, the Sea Hurricane Mark 1C. I think it's a fantastic plane. It's a lot of fun, and it's a really exciting addition to, and a much needed addition to, the British lineup. In any case, this is Mouse Gunner signing out.